Well, hello, hi everyone, and welcome to another webinar from Formaloo. So, in this webinar, we're going to cover a very specific and nice topic that many of you actually asked us to organize during these webinar series. And I'm so excited to cover this topic because it's something that can be used by many people and you can apply it to many different use cases. So, we're going to create a lead generation form that can automatically score the leads, and you can create different views for each leads, turn them into contacts, and also analyze how many leads you've generated, how they're performing, how your sales team is performing, and manage your sales pipeline. Create a fully fledged CRM that is connected wholly and connected to your actually email tool as well if you want. So I'm so excited to cover this topic, and thank you for joining us. And I know many of you said that you want to watch it after the webinar. That's absolutely okay. The webinar is being recorded and you can watch it anytime on our YouTube channel. So let's get started. And to get started, I want to share my screen and show you the formal dashboard where a lot of things happen. So this is our Formula dashboard, and here we have like our pinned projects and the folders, and you can import your forms through Excel or Google Sheets. And let's create a new project. So I will start with creating a new form for our lead generation form. I will call the project lead gen form, and what we're going to cover in this session. And voila. So here is our whole project: the form, the table of responses, and the charts and insights. Of course, we have no data yet, so it's all empty. So let's edit the project and get started. I will edit the form, and on the form, I want to create a lead gen form. So this, I will rename the form to something like get in touch with our team. And on the form, you can ask as many questions as you want by adding fields. So first, we're asking for the person's name. Next, of course, we will need their email address. You can ask as many questions as you want. Just add the fields, and you're good to go. So let me add. So let me add another field for the company, like what's your company name, and add one for what's your role in it, right? Because it's always helpful to know the person's role and what they're doing in the company, and maybe what department they're working at. So what else you can ask? You can ask for their phone number, for maybe the industry. I think industry could be also helpful. So in this case, I will add a new drop-down field. You can either search, like when you click add field, you can either search from this part or just scroll down and find the different field types that are available. So let's add the industry, like what industry is your company active in, something like that. And for example, for the options, we will add IT, I don't know, e-commerce, what else? SaaS, like software as a service, or education, retail. Like you can add as many options as you need. And so at this point, I will just publish to make sure that all of my changes are saved. And next, I will add another drop down. Again, you can either search or scroll down to find the different options. You have single choice and multi-choice options as well. But in this case, I think drop down works well. Why? Because when I preview the page, like when you open the drop down, if there are so many options, the user can easily like search, start typing, and the drop down list will be filtered based on the typed information. What else? So we can ask for the size of the company. So we will ask, what's the size of your company, right? And we can add different options like 1 to 50. It's based on your segmentation. Like first you should be clear about your customer segmentation, what's your ICP, and like what target persona are you addressing. So in this case, like 1 to 50 could work for this ACME company that has this CRM and lead gen form, but you should be clear about your company size, your requirements, and then like go on with that. So we will go with 50 to 200, 51 to 200, and 200 to 500. And let's say the next option is 500 plus, right? So I will save this too, and you can ask other questions, as many as you want. Let's say I want to ask for their estimated budget. You can add a number field to ask for the budget, like what's your budget for this project or anything you have. And what else can you add? So it could be different based on your services. Like you can add some questions that make it clear for you what kind of lead is this and what they might need from you, and what help do they want from you. So you can add different questions, add choice fields, add drop downs to allow them specify what kind of help they need from your team. And let's say for now, this is the form that we have. And of course, you can manage it from here. You have a settings tab, design tab, and notify tab. The settings tab gives you the basic changes you might need for the form. For example, change the language. We have a bunch of language options here. If you want your form to be active from a certain time during the time range, you can change it here. And like I don't think you want a timer for a lead gen form, but for a quiz, for example, you can set up a timer. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go through all of these step by step, but make sure to check them out and see if they make sense for your form. But what I want to go through is this design tab, where you can change the design of your form. For this lead gen form, let's say I want it to be one question at a time, which shows each of the questions one by one. So let's preview it and see how it works. So when we click start, it asks first about our name and our email. And as you see here, when we change the layout to one question at a time, it's showing each of the fields on a separate page. So basically, it's how this works. So I will call it like marketing manager, and the industry, let's say, like in this case, is an example, right? Let's say it's education, the size of the company, the budget, I don't know, let's say 20, and submit the form. Okay, so we submitted the form, and as you saw, the form was showing each of the fields one at a time. So basically one question at a time. And you can change the layout of the form, show this cover image like this, or like full width, or show it like at the right side, left side, or right or left side with smaller height. So this is how you can customize your form, basically. You can add um, any, I'm looking for a picture that can be added to this side. You can add your images. Yeah, let's say this strawberry makes sense for me. And you can change the theme, or like we have a bunch of good, nice themes that could apply for your form, or you can just change the colors from here. So let's say I want to change the background color to something more pinky that looks well with this strawberry, and you can also add your logo. So when we publish and save changes and get back to the form, we see like our changes have been saved. And make sure your images aren't that heavy, because if you add like big pictures that are like more than 200K, it's usually some problem. It makes some problem for some users to load like this logo. It took a while to load, so make sure you use images usually under 200K is good. So what we have here is our form, and we just submitted the form, right? So when a user or a lead submits your form, you can make sure that you get notified. To do that, there's a notification tab where you can check out and see where you can set up email notifications to receive emails. So the first option here, receive email notifications. When you enable this option, you can enter your own information to receive information, like receive the submission. You can either use the default email template or create a separate email template specifically for this lead generation form that gets sent to you whenever a submission happens, and sends you all of the information, all of the like the person's name, email, company, and everything they submitted on the form, so you can see it via your email, on your mobile phone, anywhere you have your email set up, and just take action right away. So yeah, so this is how you can enable the email notification for you, yourself, and your team. You can forward it to your team people as well. Like let's say sales@example.com, and we separate it, and we add a space so it gets saved. And yeah, so let's say I want to send it to sales as well. And you can also send a copy to the lead as well. So here is where you can do it. And when you enable this option, it says which email template you want to send. The default one has a table of responses and says, hello there, and sends out the table of responses. You can make it customized, add your own logo, and change how it looks. So basically, yes, this is how you can create a lead gen form. This is a basic one, and you can customize it so much more. Like there are so many customization opportunities. For example, you can customize the ending page. The ending page is the page that the user sees after they submit the form, and you can customize it however you want. So you can change the text and change the colors, change the layout, and anything you want. You can even make it more personalized with AI. This is so awesome. So you can add type / and enter AI, custom AI builder. So this way you can technically customize the thank you message. So you write the AI prompt here, write a thank you message to a lead who submitted contact our team form. The lead's name is, and here you can actually pipe the answers provided on the form itself. So for example, in this case, I will add sign name, and in this case I should enter a name ID for my name. I will write it down here first, and then we'll go to update it. So yeah, so name and has the role role at the company, right? So the company name will be replaced with this. The role the user entered will be replaced with this, and the user's name will be replaced with this. I will save changes and then go on to add these IDs to my fields. So the name should have an ID of name. The company name should have an ID of company because we use this ID in the AR prompts for the ending page. And also same for role. You can add and use as many of these responses in your ending page, and it's super easy, just mention it. And it's good to rename the ending page, for example, thank you message. It's just for yourself, but so you know that it's the default one. Okay, so this is how you can customize and personalize the thank you message to your leads and make them very valuable and help them keep being engaged and keep being engaged with your brand. You can also add your logo if you want, add anything. And the good part here is that you can share it with your team. So you have this link to share with your team. Just copy the link, share it with like all of the leads as you want. You can also set a custom link, custom domain on your form. So this custom domain is typically similar to any other custom domain. So you can set up the information that we provided here. So set up the DNS settings for the custom domain, and when it's saved and propagated everywhere, you can enter the custom domain here, and it will apply to your form. So whenever you open your own custom domain, for example, forms.example.com, it opens this form. Also, you can share it with your team members. Just get to access management from this share button and share the form with your team members. And also you can embed it to your website. So for example, let's say I want to embed it as an iframe, just copy this link and paste it into your website or mobile application. Same as scripts, like script is a more secure way and much better. So just copy this code and paste it into your website. Another cool option to embed your form into your website is through chatbot. So the chatbot is something like this, but it's pretty cool. So it asks all of the questions one by one. So it's like chatting with this. And it asks my name, I enter the name, click continue, and enter my email address. It has a skip button because the question is not required. But you can make it required so there's no skip option. To do that, just click your field and enable this required option. So that's easy. When you enable this, the user has to enter their name, like same for email and any other field that you want. Cool. So we just created our form and submitted it twice or once. Yeah, once. So this is the response that we have. It has the information that we provided on the form, and it automatically saves the date that when the form was submitted. And this referred address is the address where the form was submitted. For example, if it was submitted on your website and like on a specific web page, you know which web page it was submitted from. Okay, so you can also edit this response and manage it however you want. And you can also see the charts of the responses. Okay, now let's say I want to manage the status of this lead. I have generated one lead and now I want to manage the status and create a sales pipeline. Make sure you have your sales pipeline in line, like you have all of the stages and all of the states, and make sure everything is set up pre-hand. And when you have that, you can just go to your form, add a new field. For example, let's say I want to drop down for the status and call it status. So I will add different options as the status of the form. For example, The first option is a new lead when the user or the lead submits this form. And next we have attempted to contact, and contacted and followed up. And let's say we have won or lost. Okay, so these are the states of my sales pipeline. And let's say I want to have the new lead option as the default status. Just click it and select it. That's easy. And now we have a default lead status. If I go back to my form, refresh it, and submit it again, let's say Nancy, right? And let's say the role is sales manager, the industry is retail, and the company size is 1 to 50. The estimated budget is 500. And okay, now you see the status is shown on the form. We don't want that. We want this to be automatically set up, and we don't want the user to see it. So to do that, all you have to do is make the field admin only. Admin only fields will not be visible on the form, and the user doesn't have any access to it to change its value or whatever. So now if I get back to the form and refresh it and start to fill out the form, right, I think I have some typos. It's okay though. Yeah, so the IT industry and the size of the company is 1 to 50 and $500 budget. So you see we see the submit button here. We don't see the status anymore. And if I submit and get back to the table of responses, you see that now this Nancy has a status. So by default, it received a status and it's the new lead. So I believe I didn't write a very good AI prompt, but it also gave me a personalized message, thank you message. So thank you for reaching out, Nancy, and thank you for contacting our team. We appreciate your interest. Yeah, so this is a personalized image, a personalized thank you message that engages the lead with the brand and makes sure that the lead feels valuable. All right, so let's get back to the form. And now what we want to do is to add a lead scoring option. So now we have this form and we want to score the lead. And we want to automatically score it so our sales team doesn't have to go through all responses one by one, scores them, and changes them manually. So you can absolutely do this in Formaloo. And to do that, you can either use AI or use this logic. So I will add a variable field. Variables are a great tool for you to evaluate the user responses and make sure like it's like a storage. So you can store your data and information and numbers into it to use it later. So I add a variable of type integer, which is a numeric value, and name it lead score. And you can even add an ID to it. So you can use it later and, like, for example, use answer piping to show it somewhere if you don't want to show it anywhere. But yeah, so I have this lead score now, and now what I want to do is fill it with data. So I will get to advanced logic, which is available on the settings tab of your page. And here I want to add values to that lead score variable. For example, I want to check the company name, and if the company name was answered, I want to add 10 points to the lead score variable. And if the role of the person was, I don't know, like contains the chief, for example, you can add 10 scores to the lead score. You can also add other conditions. For example, if it contains chief or the role contains or is equal to CEO. CEO. Right, so you can play with it to add scores or even deduct scores based on your requirements. And you can also check the industry. So for example, if the industry was e-commerce or it was retail, let's say these are my high value industries that my team is perfect at, and like we know these industries really well. So I want to add 10 points to the lead score because it's something I'm an expert in. So this lead is more valuable to me. And for example, if the size of the company is 200 or it's like 500 plus, I want to add 10 more scores to the lead score. And same for budget. For example, you can say if it was greater than or equal to $500 or $1,000. This is 10,000. I want to add like more value, more scores. Let's say in this case, I want to add 20 scores to the list score. Like this guy's limit. You can play with this as much as you want. And yeah, so when you save changes, your whole logic is saved. And let's see. So here we let's say this is the perfect lead. We had 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So maximum 60 points a lead can get. Let's submit the form and see the lead score. So let's say Lisa is filling this. Okay, and the company name and the role, let's say IT lead, and the industry, let's say it is education, no, retail, so we get more scores. Let's say it's 500 plus, and the budget is 2,300, and submit the form. So when we get back to the table of responses, here we go. So here we have all of the responses and we have the lead score. It's 50. So it looks like I didn't answer one of the questions properly. So now we have 50 score. Great. So now that you know how this works and how you can automatically score your leads, we can go on and manage our sales pipeline. And let's say we want to add a new page. You can just click this new page button and a new page will be added to your form. You can drag and drop to move it up or down. And you can rename it to sales pipeline. You can go to the page options to change the width. And let's make it wider. You can add a page cover, like to make it more beautiful. And here I want to add the Kanban board for the pipeline. So I will add the form name. So here you should select the form that you just created. You can search through the forms you have on your workspace and just select it here. So this is my Kanban board. I want it to be grouped by the status because in the sales pipeline, we have groups of cards, groups of deals that are organized based on their status. And the card title should be the name of the person, like the lead. And if you ask for an image on your form, you can select it here, so it shows up on the card of the lead in the Kanban board. And also you can select which fields you want to be visible. For example, let's say I want to see the email, the company name, and the size of the company. And when you submit the form, you will see a Kanban board that shows all of the responses. We have one on categorize, which is the first response I made before the status field was created. You can, of course, drag and drop and move it to some other column. And let's say this salesperson moves this to attempted to contact. So basically, it means that the salesperson has contacted this person and now wants to add some comments, let's say. So I have contacted this lead and I want to leave some comments on how they responded. So let's edit the form and add a long text field to the form which says salesperson comments. And of course, I will make it admin only because I don't want it to be visible to the user on the form. And but I want the admin, which is the person, the salesperson. I want the salesperson to be able to edit it and visit it. Okay, so here we go with the lead, and when the salesperson clicks this lead, can go down and leave some comments. So, for example, I contacted her. She's open to a meeting. Right, so and scheduled one for Thursday. So the salesperson can leave some comments, and like everyone else in the team can see that and can help the salesperson close it. Okay, so this is our project. This is our CRM technically. So I will add a logo just by clicking the logo and uploading it. You can even rename the project. Let's say this is my CRM. And you can manage this and make the pages look more beautiful and tangible by adding groups. You can customize the charts and change the colors and whatever you like to whatever you like that make more sense for your use cases. Cool. Okay, so here we have created our sales pipeline. Our salespeople can access this page. You can just share this project with your team members by clicking this share button here and add your team members. Just make sure that your team members were added to your workspace. Like you can get to the workspace members, add your team members. It's available in the team plan, and just add your team members, and that will be it. Then you can share any project with your team members. Just select them from this drop down. You can actually publish this project if you want to be accessible to the public, or through a login, which is a portal I will show you in a bit. And yeah, so basically this is it. This is our project, and now we have all of our leads. Let's call this all of our leads, and you can filter this table. For example, let's say I want to filter it to only show people and leads who have a status of new lead or attempted to contact and contacted. Or maybe even followed up. Or you can just say is not equal to. So now it's showing all the leads in these stages. If I select one of them and change their status to something different from here, like a drop down, or just drag and drop from the sales pipeline, let's say this one is 1. Or yeah, so let's say this one is 1. So getting back to the leads, I won't see that person anymore because that person is figured out. So and doesn't lie in this filter. So we don't see that person. But let's say I want to see another page for all of the contacts that we have, like all of the people, all of the leads who have become our customers. And now I want to save them, like show them as my contacts. So let's say I add a new table to this form for connected to the same database. And you can filter this based on their status. And I want to only show people who have been won. So these are my one contacts, right? And you can, of course, change the icons here to like make more sense and resonate with the names that you select for the pages. And this is it. This is our table of contacts who have been a customer of our company, and you can easily manage them and edit them based on your requirements. Cool. So let's say I want to add some new base for my deals. This is not specifically a form that I will share with anyone except my team members, but it's something like it's a page, it's a form, it's a database that stores all of my deals and business deals. So you can add a new group to like separate it from the rest of the pages. Let's call it deals and add new pages to it. So when you add a new page, like what we did so far, you can just type slash and select the database, the data block that you want. Like there are different options like table, Kanban, gallery, charts, form, AI analyze that analyzes your data with AI, and etc. So you can select anything you want. Let's select form or a table. I will select a table. And in this case, I want to create a new table from scratch. It's not an existing table. I want to create a new table for all of my deals. So here I select the name for the deals. And for the deals table, you can, of course, add as many fields as you want. But in this case, I want to connect this form to my leads form. So to do that, let me delete this default field. So to do that, I will add a linked record field. So the linked record is basically a field that links your form to another form, links your database to another database. So I will select the name lead for it and connect it to get in touch with our team form, which is our lead gen form and that we just created. And that's it. So there's a button here that says add lookup fields. So when you click this add lookup fields, it shows you a list of fields available on this lead generation form that you selected here, and you can select as many fields as you want. So let's say I want to see the person's name, the lead's name, the lead's email, company name, and their role in that company, and maybe what's their budget. So it shows all of these values as a lookup. And if I save this and let's preview the form, when you select a lead, let's say, I don't know, this lead, it pre-fills all of these values from the lead gen form. So we have a lead gen form and we select one of the responses, one of the leads generated through that form, and it automatically fills all of these values for us so we can get started with that. So let's say in this deals form, I want to add a new number field for I think my changes aren't saved. Let me just refresh my page. Yeah, so let's add a new number field and call it estimated budget. So the salesperson can estimate the budget, or forecast the value of the deal. Sorry, this is the in dollars, for example. So this way the salesperson can just select the lead and then forecast the value and then add more details, for example, expected close date, or yeah, let's add them one by one. Expected close date, or close probability, or like if there are any quotations or invoices, they can upload easily through a file upload field. And like last interaction, maybe this is one for all CRMs, like when was the last interaction, and etc. So you can add as many fields as you want and save changes. And when you get back to your project, you can see the table of responses. Of course, it doesn't have any values yet, but when the salesperson clicks new, they can select the lead here, and these will be automatically filled. Let's say I forecast it to be $5,000, and like select the close date, upload the files and the last interaction date, and submit. So when you submit this, you will see all of the submitted values here in the table, and you can manage it. You can also add a Kanban board if you want, just to manage the deals. So you can select which field to group it by. Right now, we don't have any choice option on our fields to group it by. So let's edit the form, add a drop-down field, call it stage, and you can add as many different stages you have for your sales process. Let's say we have discovery, and proposal, qualified, I don't know, you name it, like proposal, qualified, then we have negotiation, I don't know, won, lost, blah, blah, blah. So your salespeople can actually connect your leads to a deal if you want. And then you can have your sales pipeline based on these deals, not the leads per se. Or maybe you have a multi-layer sales team that the first sales team is responsible for the first stage of managing the leads, and then they hand it over to account executives who manage the deals. So you can manage your whole process as you want. I'm just showing you the basics of how you can create this process, and like you can apply it to any process that you have. Okay, so these are our deals, and now we can add a Kanban board, select the deals form, group it by stage, and add as many fields as we need to be visible on the card itself. So now we have one deal. It doesn't have any value, and you can drag and drop to show it there. You can, of course, set a default value for your stage field to automatically get something when the form is submitted. And that's it. So basically, this is how you can manage your deals, and if you want, you can have these two on the same page or create a new page to create the sales pipeline for the deals. And let's say this is my deals pipeline, and add the Kanban board here, like type slash and select Kanban deals. And group by stage. I want to show the email, the estimated budget, and the salesperson budget, forecasted value, and expected close date. Like you can select as many fields as you want. And this is it. So now we have our deals pipeline, our whole lead generation and lead scoring pipeline. And you can make it even more advanced. Bear with me. So to make it even more advanced with task management, so your sales team can manage their own tasks and be able to access them and like streamline your whole processes and make sure everyone in the team is aligned. Let's create a new group for tasks and add a new page there to create a new table. So in this table, we want to create a form, create a table for all of the task management. So here I will add tasks, and you can select your options here. So for example, you can add a date, so that like you can enter the date of the task, what time it should be done, what's the status, like you can add the drop down for the status. Let's say it could be a like to do in progress done, as simple as that. And like the type of the task, for example, let's say it's a phone call or email. Send an email, or I don't know, you name it, like a meeting, follow-up, whatever. So you can add as many fields, like, of course, what's the task name? And this is, of course, the due date. And yeah, so basically you can add as many fields as you want. Maybe add a long text field for notes, extra notes that the salesperson might have. Yeah, so this is how you can manage it. And of course, we need to have a, let me refresh this page actually. Yeah, so you can add a drop down for the responsible person that has the names of your sales team. Right? So when we publish this form and preview it, like it's as just like any other form, we have all of the types, the status of the task, and the responsible person. But I don't want my salespeople to be able to see each other's tasks. Of course, in some teams, you don't want them to be able to see each other's deals or leads as well. But let's say let's go over tasks, and you can apply it, of course, to any other form on this project. So let's say we don't want them to see each other's tasks, and for that, let me actually add a form for submitting a new task. I will /form and select the tasks form that we just created. And of course, you can embed it fully to be fully visible on the form. I don't want this logo, so let's remove it, and voila. So in this case, this should be a portal. This project should be a portal where my sales team can log in and access their own tasks, access their own deals and leads. So for that, we should get to the Share tab and the Publish tab and publish our project so we can then turn it into a portal. From the Settings tab, you can activate the Client Portal mode. And when you get to the Manage Users page, or just click this Users page, this Users button, you can go through the Setup Wizard. So this wizard takes you through the steps you need to take to make this project a portal where your users can log in and your salespeople can log in and manage their own tasks. We made it a portal because we need to identify each salesperson so they can access their own leads, deals, or tasks. So if you have a list of salespeople, you can import them, or you can just create a new user form. This is the users form, the users of this portal, which in this case are our salespeople. Let's get to the next step. You can just disable logging in, or just keep it enabled, or signing up. So in this case, we want all of them on. And on this page, you can select, you see a list of all of your forms, all the forms existing on this project, and you can select them to add a user field to them. So when you add a user field in this process, the form results will be filtered per user. So the user field basically acts as a filtration option. So it filters each of the responses. For example, if I select this one, the user field on this form will filter the responses for that user. Let me show you in action so you see. So I will select this for all three forms. And when I finish the settings and get back to my form, for example, the lead gen form, and edit this form, you see I have a new field, which is the user field. I will rename it to something like salesperson, because in this case, my portal users are the salespeople. And when you publish it, so I renamed it to salesperson. And as you see here, the user field, this user field, is connected to my portal users, which was called the CRM users, that I created on the first step of our portal creation process in this step. Same for the rest of the forms. So for the deals, we have a new user field, which is connected to my portal users. And I will call this salesperson as well. And same for my tasks form. So in the tasks as well, I have this user field. Of course, these user fields are not visible on the form itself, because it's something that is for the portal. And also one more thing, our lead gen form is actually submitted by our users. So this auto assign option doesn't make sense for it. So it's submitted by the user. So we don't want it to be automatically assigned to the submitter. And that's it. Actually, let's publish our changes and get back. So now I want to show you how this works in action. Let's click the share button, and from the publish tab, you see the public URL. When you click view, you can preview your project. Actually, let's not close these. You can preview your project in a new tab, but this is a public project, and like anyone can access it even from incognito. If you check it, you can view it even without logging into your Formaloo dashboard. I want to control access to my pages, so non-logged in users don't see it. I want it to be visible only to logged in users. Make sure like when you're you can only access this access management when your project is a portal, so make sure you have made it a portal beforehand. And yeah, so if you check it out from the public page, we shouldn't see the top 3 pages anymore. Yeah, cool. So you can do this like for all of the pages one by one, and make it only accessible to logged in users. And this way we make sure that people don't have access to the portal if they're not logged in. And like you can add a home page, like which is accessible to everyone, and its access is public, which welcomes the users and tells them to log in to be able to access everything. All right, so this is our CRM project so far. And what we want to do now is let's sign up. and see how it goes. As you see here, we have our logo, which is the logo of the whole CRM itself, which we uploaded here. Okay, I just logged in, and now I have access to these pages, which were restricted only for logged in users. And right now, I don't see any lead on these pages. So I can preview the form itself, but I don't see any lead. And why is that? Because these tables are actually filtered automatically. When we selected that option on the third step of the portal making, it automatically filtered all of the data blocks on this project for this form. So they get filtered per user. And you can manage it from the options of this project. So when you get to the options and get to the user data, you can see that this table is filtered by this user field. If you have multiple user fields on your form, you can like select which one you want it to be filtered based on. So it's filtered based on the salesperson, and you can allow edit access if you want. But right now, this user doesn't have access to anything. As the admin, let's say I want to add a new group, which is only accessible to the admin. And you can manage like the access to the pages under this group. Let's add a new page. And let's say I want to see all leads. I'll add a table and select the lead gen form. And we have all of the leads. And by default, this table is not filtered because like you see here, you can filter it if you want. But in this case, we don't want it because I'm an admin and I want to be able to see everything. And I can manage access to this page to only the team members, people who have access to this project through the share tab and are logged into Formaloo and like have access to this project. So if I go back to the project in the public view mode, you see like that admin access page is not visible to the portal user. All right, so now I want to assign this lead to my salesperson. I just click this, and you can select the salesperson from this list and assign it to the salesperson. So when you assign it to the salesperson, they will see their own lead on this table. And it's as simple as that. You can also manage your portal users from this table. Like you can add their different roles for them. Let's say I want 2 levels of portal users. One of them is like the account executive. One of them is the SDR. Like you can have as many roles as you want. And when someone is in your portal users, you can just edit the portal user. It's like anything else we have on the Formaloo data blocks. Like easily add a role for this user, and then, for example, from the page access settings, you can assign it to that level of salesperson. So for example, I will say it should be available to specific user access levels, and I want it to be a member or account executive. So not everyone will be able to see it, but only portal users who have account executive access will see this page. And of course, they have to be logged in because otherwise, how would we know who this is and like what access level they have? Yep, so this is basically it. So you can also set up some logical rules to receive different email notifications. For example, let's say you want to send a notification to the manager when a new account is won. So basically, let's say for deals, you can just edit the form, get to the advanced logic, and here we have an update trigger. So on update, if the status or the stage of the deal was one, I want to send an email. You can, of course, send an email notification or Slack message or call a webhook to connect it to any tool. But in this case, let's say I want to send an email. You can select one of the email templates or create a new one from scratch. In the email template, you can use AI. You write your prompt here, and it will generate a personalized message based on the deal. Isn't it awesome? So you can select the email template and select who should receive it. If it's something from the form, you can select it here. If it's not, you can just enter the email address. And that's it. And save changes, and when the status is updated from the sales pipeline or anywhere, technically, a new email notification will be sent to the manager's email address. And this is an awesome feature that only Formaloo offers. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this webinar. We ran out of time, but we have a lot to offer, a lot to cover during those webinars. And I hope you really enjoyed the content that we shared today. Let us know your questions. Let us know what you think about it and how do you think we could improve this, and your feedback. Basically, we have a public product roadmap where you can share your ideas, share your inspiration and use cases, and we'd love to hear from you. Let us know and let us know. Have a great day and happy formaling.